don't trust that, and it was very slow to change. And now there's a resistance to transparency. There's an overly contractual approach to construction in Ireland. So, I don't want to do that because other people see it, and that's disappointing. And I'd like to see. I've seen it worked around the world, a slightly more collaborative approach. There's still you go out to one of a hospital or something like that, and they're there. Do you have a BIM model for that recent project? No, the contractor did one, but they didn't give it to us because they are not going to give it to us. That's disappointing, I think.
I have another one.
Yeah,
Is there a game changer in our midst right now? Is AI going to make it? Is it something else? Are we going to be caught by that? Is something happening or going to happen that any of you believe that's going to, create significant change in this industry ahead? Or is it another decade of just really looking at the lessons learned of the previous decade and getting down to business around people, or some technology going to come in and transform and bring other people into our industry? Disconnect current people within the industry, or what are your thoughts on that?
AI is an interesting one. Obviously, like we're looking at it as well, the sidewalk that people tell you if something should be there, it isn't there, this kind of stuff. And we use it in sidewalk where you say I started here and it reads the model and works out where you are in your walk and all that kind of stuff. The approach we're taking is that AI isn't a solution for the public, it's a solution. If we have a problem in developing something that AI can solve, we'll use it. I don't think, maybe I'm just traditionalist, but at the end of the day, construction is building one thing on top of another and connecting things. Where is the efficiency in that? Someone coming up with something that, concrete will dry faster and in under 3 degrees, that would be a game changer in construction. We forget about that. It's probably a material technology rather than a digital technology. I would say that's my opinion, because I really think at the end of the day, you can't build the roof until the foundations and the walls are up, and nothing's going to change that. So I think it's materials are going to be a huge part of it.
At the start of the, I think there's opportunities to use technology to speed that up. In the center, to get the information quicker, more succinct, in the short space of time. So it goes back to building something and how do you do that better. Maybe it isn't a faster drying concrete, but it's a more environmentally friendly concrete. Yeah, that will change the industry. And I think it's definitely in that center part. We will continue to get faster, smarter with the way we design, manage information, because we can. It's in an environment we can. The challenges around the environment is so many players in it, and it'll be a hard thing.
Is it about competitive advantage? We're made up of individuals, companies. We've got responsibilities to shareholders and so on. Is it about companies seeing the competitive advantage of being digital? Like we're all struggling to get. You're struggling to get staff, to get people, to retain those people. Is there a piece there? To win work, to attract the next generation, you want to be a company that is lean and digitally mature.
That's definitely the way it's been.
Yes.
You see today, and you see over the last 6 months of these events, that a lot of companies are doing this. It's no longer just a small group. It is a lot wider. Subcontractors are doing this. Everyone's on board. So it is taking that next step. What is the next step? Is the question, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, being digital and being, having those skills can only make you a better company and create a better environment for you to work in. Okay. Any other questions? Yes. David.
Brendan mentions making the individual as efficient as possible. And Greg and Jonathan spoke very well on subcontracting scanning on this. So I would see cloud scanning as a leader for quality, a leader for efficiency and reliability. So why would the panel think that it hasn't just become second nature on construction projects. Outside maybe data centers and pharmaceuticals, laser scanners have become increasingly affordable, efficient. I think Greg mentioned the government mandate. I still see these kind of government projects which don't explicitly mention laser scanning. Sometimes it stops short. It was 10 years ago, we used it for coordination, we dropped it. Will the panel have any thoughts on that?
So from my perspective, or for Jacobs, I suppose, it's one thing to have the scanning, but having a robust process in place about how you survey and install works. So it's no good just having the scanner and going out and scanning the site, scanning works. You need to have a good choice in place of how you use that data, how you part of the process that we did on that project I mentioned was we actually trained the trades to know how to set out correctly, because people have different ways of setting out works on site. But we actually the AAA team would meet with the different trades on site and talk them through the best practice, how to set out on site, and that ensured then that we were getting it installed correctly. And then the scans were sort of a byproduct of being able to just check that it was in right. But having that process in place is important. And I think as well, just the challenge that we had at the start was the cost of scanning. It was a far more expensive package of works that we had to sell to our clients to get into it. They agreed for like a 3-month contract, and that's luckily in that 3 months I mentioned that the bumps, that's where that came up. And when they saw that, they said, "Wow, okay, I'm paying X, but I've already made my return on that by investing in the first phase, and now we'll continue it on for the rest of the project." I think other clients that we've worked with have struggled to realize or accept that if you spend that money at the start, you will see a benefit in it at the end.
I think just to jump on that, and that's large pharma clients who have, they need to get it right exact. I think laser scanning, if you bring it down to the schools projects or something like that, and kind of mid-sized builders, where their price point for things is 0. That's what they're looking for, maybe 50 quid a month for some kind of system. And the client needs to be pushing that. The contractor's not going to come in with it. I think that's fair enough, but it's not a slight to anyone. But if it's going to be a struggle to the pharma data center guys, it's obviously not going to flow down.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a couple more questions. Or we finish bang on 11:10. Yes, Jonathan.
Question for the panel. I suppose in everything you spoke about, I suppose across all the presentations today, how important is information management? And the second part of the question, is that an area potentially where AI could support in the future?
That's a great question. Most definitely. It's the one thing, as I said in the presentation, that we think we do well. It's always a struggle to get people to name things correctly, and then find information after that. And people like to use folders. Some people don't like to use folders, like to search. And then we're trying to mine that information, get the information out of that information. It can be cumbersome as well, and models, and match that. So definitely AI that's a massive potential for AI to go through a lot of documents very quickly and bring the relevant information to the fore. So I definitely see that's a great question.
Maybe your final question for the panel. Okay. Well, I think we might wrap it at that point. Just to show our appreciation for all of our speakers this morning. Jonathan, to Greg, to Brendan, and to Carolina, you fantastic presentations. I took 5 things away this morning. And the first one is, first of all, I know how much preparation you've done. A lot of work behind those slides, but this word of awareness. So walls construction, for example, you done a lot of research externally and internally, and you decided to pick a product. Same with you, Jonathan, did a lot of research, you decided to pick a product, and that's fine. So that awareness piece, I think any company needs to be aware of the technologies and solutions that are out there. Come to events like this and learn what it is that you could potentially use. Second thing I picked up was desire. Big time. Practically all of you, maybe with the exception of Carolina, have a particular function that is digital construction. You know, you've been appointed to be a DC person. That means that your companies have a desire, you know, to embrace digitalization and to transform the business. So desire comes forward very quickly. Knowledge. So I think any company needs to have awareness, desire, but they've also got to gather the knowledge. Perhaps, Carolina, you have an LMS system in John Paul, so you have a learning management system. You bring the knowledge to the system, and then you provide that to your people, and so on and so forth. Ability, skills, you've got to give your people the skills, haven't you, to transform. And that means sending them to college. There's a lot of good things happening right in Ireland right now. Apprenticeship programs, you've heard about these. Generation apprenticeship. You can go to college, my son does it, for 5 years, work full time, go to college 1 day a week. This is transformational. This is now, we have a civil engineering apprenticeship program, we have a quantity surveying apprenticeship program, and I hear there's going to be programs in MMC and so on. So you've got to give the next generation the skills, but you also get the current people the skills. And the last thing I also got from what you all, and Carolina particularly, this idea of reinforcement. Keep reinforcing all the time to your people how to learn. So you develop a CPD program. You know, when you record 800 hours of learning and you constantly reinforce what's coming on the track. So those 5 things I picked up very strongly this morning from you all. So thank you so much. So just a few slides so that we can wrap up. Very busy this year in skills. This is one of the reasons why we selected skills as a focus this year. Extremely successful CitA SkillNet program. 2,300 training days delivered in the first 4 months. Over $250,000 of funding available to Irish companies to upscale in 2024. So 150 training programs. So we're also, you know, focusing on project management, applied project management, collaboration with Engineers Ireland, and also we have the project management diploma. Is that in UCD or Dublin? TU Dublin. Okay, very good. So, you know, we're funding up to 40% to upskill people in what we were speaking about this morning. Our regional events are kicking off. Our second event is taking place on the 28th of May in Cork. And we kind of got a long-winded title, but it's Elevating Construction Careers Through Digital and Sustainability Action. So it's given the next generation of architects and engineers and surveyors those skills right from the off and getting them maybe to collaborate as they learn together. So that's in Cork on the 28th of May. And so if you can come down to Clayton Hotel in Cork, we'd love to see you. I know, but also perhaps you can dial in as well. We'll be back here on the 5th of June, and we'll be focusing on the 5th dimension, which is immersive technology for design and construction, embracing the skills in reality. So we'll be talking about probably laser scanning, you know, AR, VR, and all of that type of thing. The idea that we can visualize before we build, and hopefully we'll see you again in June for that one. Now, I wanted to mention this it's really important now. So on the 9th of October, we will be in Limerick, and we're focusing on AI in construction. So we want to put a call out to our network to fill in a very simple Microsoft Forms of what you'd like to talk about. So we're busily working away, selecting our keynote people, and we have an organizational steering group, for the event. So we should be announcing those sort of organically over the next 4 or 5 weeks. But by the end of May, certainly by May-June, we want to have this thing tied down from the idea of a program. And then we want you to come to Limerick on the 9th of October. Depending on the interest that we get from industry to speak, we may well have some parallel sessions. So we're looking at 4 dimensions here: people, process, technology, and the environment, wrapping everything around. So what's the impact of AI going to be on people? How are we going to automate more of these tasks that we work on, and what are the advancements in technology? So, you know, it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a successful event. We are looking for maybe a few more sponsors to help. We want to hear from the tier 1, the tier 2 contractors, design houses. So if any of you would like to present at this event on the 9th of October, we'd love to hear from you. So that is the Radisson Blue on the 9th of October. And that really brings it to a close. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. We have one more announcement to make. I won't go into the detail of it, but the Alliance has been successful in securing funding from the Government of Ireland to develop an MMC portal for the country. Now, this would be an agnostic portal. It would be free of sponsorship, subscription, and the whole idea is to showcase what's great about industrializing our industry and great about MMC. So the name of it has only recently been decided, so it's the SkillNet Ireland MMC Accelerate, nearly got it right, yeah. And so there's a lot of debate over that. Yeah, MMC Accelerate is the program. So we will have more details on that. Now, we will be launching it soon with Minister O'Donovan, and we'll be having a roadshow, but we're going to be going to MMC facilities in the roadshow. So I think the first one is going to be in CPAC, and that'll be kind of mid-June. So we'd love to hear from you. So the whole idea is to connect up all the messaging that's going on about MMC, networks, the colleges, you know, the education boards, all of that together into one platform so that we can provide a shop window to show the clients of the world that we're construction industry in Ireland is ready for MMC. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience.